Topsy Turvy Land, written by H.E. Wilkinson. I will start the explanation of the poem. When you say Topsy Turvy Land, the title of the poem, it means the land which is upside down or just the opposite of a normal land or a normal city or a normal town. It's the people walk upon their heads, the sea is made of sand. The children go to school by night in topsy-turvy land. Now here in this land, which is just the opposite of any other land, you'll find the people will be walking on their heads. You walk on your feet. Have you noticed that? Do you walk on your feet? But here in this land, you'll find that people walk on their head. They've shown you a picture of how the people walk on their head. The sea is made of sand. When you say the sea is made of sand, it means to say normally you'll find the sea filled with what? It will be filled with water, isn't it? But here in this topsy-turvy land, you'll find that the sea is filled with sand. The children go to school by night. Here for the children, everywhere you'll find the children go to school during the daytime. But in this topsy-turvy land, you'll find that the children go to school in the night. The front door step is at the back. You're walking when you stand. You wear your hat upon your feet in topsy-turvy land. The front door step is at the back. Now when you open your front door, you'll have steps down there. But here in this topsy-turvy land, instead of having the steps in the front, the steps that have to be in the front is at the back. You're walking when you stand. You just have to walk. You have to just stand and you'll start walking by yourself. You wear your hat upon your feet. Instead of putting your hat on your head, they'll be having their hat on their feet. And buses on the sea you'll meet while pleasure boats are planned to travel up and down the street on topsy-turvy land. You will find the buses moving on the sea. What you have to see on the sea is boats, but instead of seeing boats on the sea, you will find buses on the sea. While pleasure boats are planned to travel up and down the street. And then you will find boats that are used for pleasure, for enjoyment. Those boats, instead of being on the sea, they'll be on the street. So where the boats have to be, the buses are there. Where the buses have to be, the boats are there. Just the opposite in this topsy-turvy land. You pay for what you never get. I think it must be grand. For when you go, you're coming back in topsy-turvy land. So the poet is saying, you have to pay for something and you'll not get anything. Usually you pay money for something you can get in return. But here in the topsy-turvy land, you'll pay for something what you'll not get. So he says, I think it must be grand. So the poet says it must be something wonderful. For when you go, you're coming back. So he said, when you think you're moving forward, actually you will be walking backwards. Instead of walking forward, you want to go forward, but then you will be walking backwards. All this happens in this topsy-turvy land, which is just opposite of what has to happen. Thank you. I hope you understood the poem. Topsy-turvy land, written by H.E. Wilkinson. Let me sing this poem for you. The people walk upon their heads, the sea is made of sand. The children go to school by night in topsy-turvy land. The front door step is at the back, you're walking when you stand. You wear your hat upon your feet in topsy-turvy land. And buses on the sea you'll meet while pleasure boats are planned to travel up and down the street of topsy-turvy land. You pay for what you never get. I think it must be grand. For when you go, you're coming back in topsy-turvy land. I'm sending the first lesson question answers because it wasn't clear. All those who have not written the question answers of the first lesson, The House with Golden Windows, please copy the questions from the textbook and the answers that I have given you. Thank you.